Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips. This will be my review of the Houele desktop stand. So of course guys, you can see this very cool desktop stand, and of course it's on my desk and it's totally pivotable. As you can see here, I can actually move it across my desk. I can move it up and down. Alright, so it's a cool arm that actually fits on your desk, and what it does guys is it allows you to be able to mount your iPad. As you can see here, I have my iPad A16 and it fits perfectly. The arm itself clamps here on my desk. This is adjustable, meaning I can actually control how easy it is to pivot. So I can actually pivot from this joint. It moves up and down vertically. The clamp, as seen here, attaches to the desk. It actually clamps here. This is totally adjustable. You can actually tighten or loosen to how you actually need it. It holds very firm and it will not damage your desk, as this section right here is actually padded. And of course, you can always adjust the tightness. The arm itself is set like this on the desk, as you can actually see. And from here, I can adjust its tilt. So as you can see, it goes straight across my desk, and I can move it back and forth as I was showing you earlier. It will also work for a bedside, or of course a table for those who work from a seated position. I guess this could also work for a person who is into trucking, or of course if you find yourself, like if you have a lazy chair on which you would like to view your content without moving, you can actually use this as a portable setup and it works flawlessly. It also saves space on your desk. So as you move it, you can actually move around, especially if you work on electronics. You can be working on something such as a repair while you're checking out information online or enjoying your content. If you're just a person who would want a cool stand, this is a very cool alternative that you can use. You can mirror your MacBook from here to the display as a secondary display. I can mirror my MacBook, as you can see, and I can have two things going on at the same time. I could be watching a video, or of course I could extend whatever I'm doing here over to my device, which is very nice. I can also mirror whatever is happening on this device over onto this one, so it shows the same thing in two different areas. There's a swivel control, meaning I can actually turn and tilt the iPad back and forth, but it's limited in terms of angles. So of course, you'll have to consider that when mounting it. You could mount it on the front of the desk or at the back of the desk, pointing forward. Now, of course, guys, if you check out the arms, I find that they're very solid. This is built from a mixture of aluminum. It's an alloy that's aluminum mixed with another metal. I'm not sure which metal it is, but of course you have these pivot joints. They're very stiff. However, this means that this will not shift whenever you have it in a single position. All right, so you'd have to use some elbow grease to actually tilt it. It has 3 main points of tilt. That's right here, here, and here. Plus the head itself has another tilt adjustment. I could easily tilt this across my desk with no issues. One drawback though, I wish that this had more free movement, such as 360 degrees in terms of the head movement. That would have significantly helped with the overall performance. This is the clamp head, and as you can see, this is the point of movement. It can pivot 360 degrees. However, this is limited in terms of its movement, as it can only move up and down. But of course, it can move various pivoting angles. But it still does give you a total 360 in terms of free movement. If this head here were allowed to turn fully, along with this one with more tilt adjustment, we would have a perfect device. Here is made of plastic, so of course, because of plastic, if there's going to be a failure point, it's going to be here in the plastic. This can actually hold almost any iPad that you'll have, as it adjusts in both the top and the bottom. You can also add a phone as well, but I think iPads are the best option. In total, there are about 6 points of movement with 3 major movement points and 2 sub-movement points. As I showed you earlier, those 3. And then of course here, that allows some movement, and here. The clamps are firm and they hold the device without actually scuffing or causing damage. They're also padded, so you don't have to worry about you scratching your device. Also, I have a case on, and the convenient thing is I don't have to remove the case. In the future, the manufacturer should definitely switch to all metal to allow this device to actually last significantly longer, and this is a prediction because sometimes the plastic might be able to be repaired, or of course you might be able to modify this for more longevity. So bear in mind that be careful with this section, as here is the point at which if anything is going to happen, here is where it's going to happen, especially at this section here. In terms of functionality and feasibility, I give this device a solid mark. Bear in mind that when it's in this mode, whenever you touch it, it does wobble a bit, but that's given considering the setup. All right, so that's not a total deal breaker. All right, so overall, I give this a 9 out of 10, and I remove a mark for 1, the plastic clamp on the back as a potential point of failure. 2, for the freedom in terms of range, but of course a version 2 of this product could actually add more movement in, especially instead of just up and down, that's vertically, to add also more movement for more 360, especially with the head, to give us free range movement in terms of total mobility in all directions for the head. But of course, that's still not a deal breaker as this works flawlessly. You can actually adjust the arms to be straight out. You can adjust it to be straight up. You can bend it. And of course, the options that you can actually use this for are almost fully complete. All right. So in terms of recommendation, I highly recommend this. Definitely get it. And of course, I would love to see a version 2 of this. As for now, I still recommend this, and of course this is just me running through its paces. Definitely guys, you should check this out and get it, especially if you have an iPad and you work around a desk. This is going to give you something totally unique and different from what everybody else have, and of course it will give your desk that freedom and that flexibility. Who is this for? It's for anybody who works at a desk, or you're constantly sitting and working from home, especially from a lazy boy. You do trucking, or of course you just want something cool for your desk, gadget repairs and so on. So this is one of these that I would recommend, especially for adding to the flexibility of your iPad. All right, and it works for any iPad. All right, so I'll end the review here. All right, the link is below to purchase, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye.